They tell you seduction is about looks, charm, or smooth talk. They're lying. Real seduction lives in the unspoken, the forbidden, the dark psychology hidden from polite conversation. Imagine walking into any room and bending desire to your will without a word, without a smile, without even trying. That's the power of forbidden seduction. Humans are addicted to what's forbidden. The moment something is labeled off limits, curiosity ignites into craving. Desire follows a precise pattern. Anticipation gives tension, gives release. Most seducers give release to quickly fading the tension and dulling the craving. But first, commit this to memory. Forbidden desire is the strongest desire. Use this knowledge wisely and you'll become a master manipulator of human craving. But be warned, this power, if wielded recklessly, can shatter lives and break hearts. True masters extend the anticipation. A lingering glance, a half smile, a question left unanswered all. Stoke the tension. Release is powerful, but fleeting. The longer you hold back, the stronger the pull. You're not selling a product, you're offering transgression. Whether it's a subtly compliment or a fleeting touch at the edge of propriety, every taboo is a magnet for attention. Learn to whisper suggestions that skirt the boundary of social norms. Make them question, why am I drawn to this? And they're halfway in your web, and here's how you tap into it. 1.1 The Dark Mirror. Seduction begins not with your target, but with yourself. You must learn to spot the vulnerabilities beneath the veneer. Loneliness, boredom, insecurity. Mirror those vulnerabilities subtly, just enough to spark empathy. This emotional mismatch creates dissonance they'll chase to resolve. You must stare into the darkest mirror of your own psyche and confront your raw drives. Need for control, craving for validation, hunger for connection. Only by naming these truths can you manipulate them in others. Your greatest weakness, your craving to be desired, becomes your ultimate weapon when reframed as mastery over desire itself. 1.2 The Taboo, Attraction. 1.3 The Anatomy of Craving. 1.4 Emotional Leverage. Seduction is emotional manipulation, there's no polite way to say it. In Section 2, we'll dive into the 5 forbidden techniques you won't find in any how-to manual, and how to deploy them with surgical precision. I'm about to blow your mind. Ready for the unfiltered arsenal. These 5 techniques are forbidden because they work too well. Once mastered, you'll find every heart and mind susceptible to your command. Use them responsibly. 2.1 The Inverted Compliment. Lightly brush their arm at emotional high points, when they laugh, when they lean in. This interruption imprints your presence on their body's memory. Soon, their skin will itch for your touch, even in your absence. What did you discover about yourself last night? Or when you look at your past, which regret still haunts you? You'll no longer beg for approval, command need. If you enjoyed this, you'll love the full video. See you there. These queries pierce the mask, eliciting profound vulnerability. When someone reveals their soul to you, they become captive. Trust becomes your currency. Everyone praises beauty, wit, success. Disappear for a moment, leave the table, end the call, vanish from their social feed. Resist the urge to explain. This absence creates a void, a craving for closure only you can provide. When you return, you'll find their attention pinned to you like a moth to flame. Your body language, micro-expressions and breathing calibrate someone's emotional state. Mirror their subtle gestures, but delay your mirroring by a fraction of a second. This creates a perception of autonomy and control. You're not copying them, you're leading them. Over time, they will begin to unconsciously match your rhythm. You invert the game. You complement their hidden edge or uncomfortable truth. You have a dangerous confidence. You murmur in a tone of awe. By admiring what others fear to acknowledge, you create intense connection. They feel seen not for what they show the world, but for what they hide. To point to the silent calibration. Words are crude instruments. 2.3 The Tactile Interruption. Touch is the most primal form of communication, but random touching is awkward. Rhythmic touching becomes a secret code. 2.4 The Echo of Absence. Scarcity is seductive. 2.5 The Forbidden Question. Questions disarm, but most questions are predictable. How was your day? Master these forbidden techniques and you'll rewrite the rules of attraction. By now, you've mastered the forbidden techniques. But theory without practice is empty power. In this section, we dive into 3 real-world arena social gatherings, professional settings, and digital interactions, showing you exactly how to weave dark seduction into every contact. 3.1 The Social Layer. Parties and gatherings. When you enter a social space, arrive late. Colleagues will equate your scarcity with high value. Forbidden question for rapper. Followers will project meaning onto your feed, craving more glimpses of the real you. Forbidden question in DMs. You become not just a participant, but the gravitational center of every interaction. Your unseen strength turning pain, curiosity, and fear into irresistible magnetism. When someone messages casually, reply with an introspective question. Tell me, what made you choose that path? This deep inquiry gives you instant psychological leverage. Tactile interruption, translated. Though physical touch isn't possible online, you can mimic its impact. Use carefully timed short voice notes instead of text. The warmth in your tone registers subconsciously as closeness. Silent calibration of posting. Post content irregularly, but profoundly enigmatic quote, or a fleeting black and white image with no caption. Followers fixate on pattern breaks, engaging intensely whenever you reappear. Echo of absence strategy. After a string of posts or stories, vanish for an extended period. Upon your return, post a powerful, dense insight. Your absence has primed your audience for maximum impact. In one-on-one chats, ask a colleague, what's the one risk at work you regret most? Their candid answer cements trust. Then pivot. I've learned my biggest power comes from owning my mistakes. You position yourself as both empathetic and dominant, inverted compliment to superiors, to a boss or a senior figure. Your decisiveness intimidates most, yet I find it inspiring. This flips fear into admiration. They'll see you as a rare ally, worthy of their favor. Silent calibration in meetings. When tension flares, deadline pressures, or budget arguments remain motionless for a second longer than everyone else, your calm will feel uncanny, compelling others to follow your paced reaction. Echo of absence in emails. Respond to non-critical emails with deliberate delay, 2 hours instead of 2 minutes. Keep your responses succinct, direct, and occasionally teasingly incomplete. Let us discuss it. 3. This enforces your authority even through text. Scout the room's energy from the periphery. Don't engage immediately. Others will wonder why you're observing. This tension turns heads. It's a silent invitation to approach you. The inverted compliment in action. Find someone radiating false confidence, loud, overbearing. Approach with quiet gravity and say, you're the first person here who doesn't pretend. Watch their ego quake. They'll lean in, desperate for your approval. Silent calibration for groups. When a conversation heats up, laughter, gossip, debate, mirror the speaker's posture, 3 beats slower. Your composed presence will herd the group's energy, making you the unspoken leader. Tactile interruption mastery. During a toast or shared moment, lightly touch a shoulder or wrist, exactly as someone laughs or gazes at you. This timed contact registers as electric connection, forging a private bond in a crowded room. Echo of absence tactic. Mid-conversation, step away for a glass of water or phone check. Don't rush back. When you do, bring a small, intriguing item, a unique card, a folded note, and offer it with a cryptic smile. Curiosity keeps them chasing. 3.2 The corporate hunt. Office and networking. Strategic scarcity. Maintain a minimalist presence. Attend only crucial meetings. Speak only when your insight is sharp and necessary. 3.3 The digital web. Online and social media. Profile is mystery. Limit personal photos. Use a monochrome avatar and cryptic banner as a single symbolic emblem. Integrating these strategies across offline and online arenas ensures you command desire wherever you go. True mastery of forbidden seduction demands you guard your influence. Without defense, others will attempt to reverse engineer your tactics, dilute your aura, or exploit your vulnerabilities. Always project just enough interest to keep others chasing, but never care enough to burn your own emotional currency. Thanks. But tell me, how do you maintain your reputation? This tactic makes your attention the true prize, forcing them to work harder for your validation. Meanwhile, your persona remains untouchable. If someone tries to manipulate you, lean back, shrink your pupils slightly and say, interesting. This neutral response deflects attempts to draw you in, preserving your power. In this section, learn the counter seduction armor that shields your dark power and ensures your secrets remain yours alone. You become an enigma, a force of nature that seduces and protects itself in equal measure. 4.1 The mask of apathy. Overexposure kills seduction. Your darkest hour is another's opportunity to exploit your vulnerabilities. Learn how to wield the ultimate weapon against betrayal in the next installment. See you then. Silence all channels for a set period. a day or two. This vanishing blow recalibrates power back to you. They'll scramble to reconnect, begging for your return, cementing your supremacy. 4.2 The poisoned gift. When others compliment or attempt to flatter you, accept politely but redirect focus to them. Should someone pry too deeply, deflect with a cryptic smile. Some things are better left in shadow. Their inability to categorize you safeguards your mysterious aura. 4.3 The reverse tap. If someone tries to invade your space, briefly mistouch them. A light brush on the back of their hand that lingers oddly. I still remember the night everything changed for me. Then follow with an assertive pivot. That's why I never settle for less. This unpredictable blend keeps others off balance. They'll hesitate before probing further, fearful of striking a metaphorical landmine. This unexpected tactile inversion unsettles them, reminding them you control physical boundaries, not vice versa. 4.4 The liability of mystery. Keep a fraction of your life completely hidden. An unspoken trauma, a private ritual, a symbolic object you never discuss. 4.5 The emotional minefield. Mix vulnerability with venom. Occasionally reveal a controlled pain. 4.6 The vanishing blow. When you believe your influence is being co-opted, excessive favors, flattery, or attempts to clone your style, execute an abrupt withdrawal. These defensive measures ensure your forbidden seduction tactics remain potent and untraceable. For more insights on safeguarding your power, stay tuned for Chapter 5, where we delve into the art of calculated revenge. You've unleashed forbidden seduction and fortified it with defenses. Now it's time to make it permanent, to institutionalize your dark influence so that it outlives your presence. Organize them into a leather-bound Codex of Secrets, a manual for your own use and for select protégés. Each member learns and applies your dark doctrine in their domain. Hold quarterly conclaves of influence, where you share one new secret technique. These gatherings, shrouded in mystery and candlelight, reinforce loyalty and propagate your seductive legacy into ever wider circles. Inscribe it in cryptic language, mixing plain instruction with enigmatic metaphors. Invite only your highest level protégés. There, at the stroke of darkness, you unveil one final, heretofore hidden secret. This act cements your mythic status and solidifies the seductive empire you've built from the shadows. Use it sparingly. Engraved on personal correspondence, embossed on codex covers, or subtly displayed in your private sanctum. This mark of mystery becomes a sigil of power. Its rarity and deliberate placement breed fascination and reverence among those who recognize it. This codex becomes the sacred text of your inner circle, ensuring your methods endure beyond memory. Use pseudonyms and avatars to protect identities. Share advanced lessons, host Live Dark, psychology workshops, and curate success stories. This digital coven functions as both training ground and testament to your seductive empire's reach. This is the architecture of your seductive empire. Structures, symbols, and systems that amplify and perpetuate your unseen power. 5.1 The Codex of Secrets. Write down your 5 most potent seduction techniques, your defensive maneuvers, and the rituals that ignite your aura. 5.2 The Shadow Council Network. Expand your triad of protégés into a Shadow Council network spanning different spheres: corporate, digital. 5.3 The Mark of Mystery Commission. A unique emblem and obsidian, sigils symbolizing your empire. In a private, candlelit ceremony, present them with the Codex of Secrets, the obsidian sigil, and your explicit blessing. This ritual of succession ensures your direct legacy and maintains the chain of forbidden knowledge across generations. 5. For the digital coven, create an invitation-only online sanctuary, a private forum, or encrypted chat group for those who have proven their mastery of your techniques. 5.5 The Ritual of Succession. An empire endures only if power passes gracefully. Choose a worthy successor every 5 years. 5.6 The Pilgrimage of Revelation. Once a decade, host a pilgrimage of revelation in a location steeped in personal significance, an abandoned fortress, a midnight cliffside, an ancient ruin. Here's how to achieve eternal sovereignty over desire, influence, and even memory itself. In the grand tapestry of existence, there are those who rise to become the weavers of shadows, shaping desires and bending realities to their will. Yet, even as they ascend to godlike status, a question echoes through the corridors of their being. How does one ensure that their influence doesn't fade with their mortal coil? Herein lies the crux of eternal dominance. It's not about amassing power, but about fortifying it and ensuring that even in the face of oblivion, one's presence resonates like a haunting refrain. So if you seek to become the Shadow Sovereign, here are 6 strategies to ensure that your empire of shadows knows no bounds. 6.1. The Legend in Whispers. As you ascend, encourage whispers of your final disappearance. This command could dictate the preservation of your empire or the expansion of your influence into new realms. It's the ultimate insurance policy, an invisible trigger that unites your heirs and ensures the continuation of your sinister legacy. Occasionally send directives to your digital coven, unsigned and enigmatic. As you stand on the precipice of the infinite, as you ready yourself to vanish from the mortal plane, remember this. True power knows no bounds of mortality. Your seductive empire, forged in the crucible of pain, defiance of societal norms and mastery of the forbidden arts, will reverberate through the corridors of time. You are the Shadow Sovereign, eternally unseen, yet infinitely influential. If you've dared to embrace these forbidden secrets, show your allegiance. Release encrypted manuscripts of new techniques into the hidden corners of the web. Thus, your influence persists as a phantom force, an intangible hand that molds events from the shadows, forever untethered to the limitations of flesh and bone. Vanish without a trace, leaving behind no physical remains. Bestow replicas upon your top protégés, and use it to seal irrevocable covenants. Its mere presence on a letter or an object will command obedience long after you've relinquished your mortal form. A cryptic note, gone to forge a new horizon, will only amplify the enigma. Every year on the anniversary of your empire's founding, perform the rite of the endless night. Spend an all-night vigil in solitude, reflecting on the past year, performing rituals of renewal, and recording your insights in a secure vault accessible only to you. This annual ritual is your lifeline to the abyss, a way to replenish your seductive power and navigate the ever-shifting currents of the underworld. Such a vanishing act transforms you into a legend, a specter that haunts the collective consciousness. 6.2. The Unseen Hand. From the realm of the unseen, continue to guide your empire. 6.3. The Sigils and ensure your obsidian sigil outlives you. 6.4. The Rite of the Endless Night. 6.5. The Final Command. In your codex, inscribe a final command, a single sentence that when read aloud activates all your disciples into immediate and unified action. And finally, 6.6. The Beyond Horizon.